Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we step into a tale that begins with the joyful glow of a wedding day but takes an unexpected turn the moment the bride crosses the threshold of her new home. The story centers around a young woman whose heart is still brimming with the happiness of saying I do, carrying dreams of her new life and the warmth of family. But when she walked through the door, the first thing she saw wasn't flowers or congratulatory cards, it was the best man in the kitchen, doing something she never thought she'd witness. That image would forever change her perception of the day and of the people she thought she knew best. The home itself stood proudly at the end of a quiet street, with a fresh coat of white paint and a soft blush trim that gave it a romantic charm. Large bay windows framed by lush curtains peeked out toward the manicured garden, where roses bloomed in perfect rows. A cobblestone path curved gently to the front door, giving visitors a slow, almost ceremonial approach to the home's embrace. The air around the house carried a blend of lavender and fresh-cut grass, and the sounds of laughter from passing neighbors made it seem like a picture-perfect place for a newlywed couple to begin their life together. Stepping inside, the interior carried an understated elegance. Warm honey-toned wooden floors reflected the glow of delicate pendant lights, while soft cream walls provided a canvas for framed memories waiting to be hung. The kitchen, however, was the heart of the home, its marble countertops glistening beneath the sunlight streaming through the window, and an aroma of freshly brewed coffee lingering in the air. It should have been a moment of calm and celebration, but what she saw stopped her in her tracks. The best man, still in his wedding suit, was hunched over the counter, hands moving quickly in a way that made her pulse race, not with joy, but with shock. From that moment, the story shifts from the dreamlike celebration to the test of human character. Performance, in this sense, isn't about engines or machines, it's about how the characters handle the sudden weight of truth. The bride's reactions become measured yet firm, her voice steady though her heart hammers in her chest. The best man's performance is a mix of nervous guilt and rapid explanations, none of which land convincingly. Her new husband enters moments later, caught between loyalty and disbelief, his own performance faltering under the gaze of his bride. The emotional intensity rises, like a performance hitting its climax, leaving each person with a decision to make about trust, honesty, and the meaning of their new relationships. When we think of safety features, it's easy to imagine locks on the door or alarms on the walls, but in this home, safety meant emotional protection. The bride had to decide whether this was a place she could truly feel secure in, not just physically, but in her heart. She began to notice the subtle signs, the way the best man avoided eye contact, the hurried shuffle of feet when she entered, the quick dismissal of conversation. These weren't alarms you could disable or lights you could switch off, they were human warning signs. The kitchen, once the supposed sanctuary for family meals and warm gatherings, suddenly felt like a place where secrets could simmer quietly until they boiled over. The unique selling points of this home had originally been the large kitchen island perfect for entertaining, the open concept layout that allowed easy conversation, and the private garden with a whitewashed swing under a vine-covered pergola. Yet now, the most unique feature was the truth that had unfolded within its walls. This wasn't the feature listed in brochures or estate advertisements, but it was something that would define the house forever in her memory, the place where her innocence as a bride met the reality of imperfect human bonds. That moment became a permanent imprint on the house's story, a reminder that beauty and betrayal can sometimes live under the same roof. If one were to place a price on the house itself, the market might dictate figures based on square footage, amenities, and location. It was a house worth more than many in the neighborhood, standing in an area where properties rarely came up for sale. But the bride realized the true price of a home isn't in currency, it's in the trust you can place in those who share it with you. For her, the price had suddenly become far greater than any mortgage could measure, for it included the cost of repairing a wounded heart or making the decision to walk away entirely. This emotional cost far outweighed the financial numbers written on a contract. By the time the story closes, the bride stands in the very same kitchen where the shock began. The sunlight still filters through the window, and the countertops still gleam. The difference now lies in the way she sees them, not as symbols of promise, but as silent witnesses to a truth she didn't ask to learn. Whether she decides to forgive, confront, or leave is not the point here, rather, it's the realization that sometimes the grandest moments in life are interrupted by the most unexpected truths. The house remains beautiful, the garden still blooms, and the rooms still echo with life, but for her, they are no longer just part of a dream. They are part of a chapter that began with a wedding and changed forever with what she saw in the kitchen. Her journey in that home becomes a lesson for anyone stepping into a new chapter, that beauty in the exterior and comfort in the interior do not guarantee harmony inside. Performance under pressure reveals the truth of people's characters. Safety is as much about emotional well-being as it is about locks and keys, and unique selling points mean little if the foundation of trust is cracked. In the end, every home carries the stories of its inhabitants, and sometimes, those stories are more unforgettable than the design, the decor, or the price tag.